Hello, welcome. This is a bit of history here, and I'm here to give you a commentary battle on the grassy flatlands. Now you can see here, playing as the Romans is total rebel Julius, LuKaS is here, and 1, 2, 3. So he has 3 units of urbans, 6 units of archers, 2 units of archer auxiliary on the flanks, and he also has 6 units of Praetorian cav, which gold silver upgrade. So you can see here that you have another person who's playing as the Macedonians. This person has 2 Cretan archers on the flanks, 6 units of archers, 6 units of royal pikemen in the middle. You can see an interesting formation with the pikemen overlapping each other like that. 4 units of light lancers, 2 units of phalanx pikemen on the flanks. So obviously this person went very heavy with infantry, which is I guess it could work against Rome, but to be honest, yeah, it could work against Rome, but it's very difficult to win with that kind of army because the pikemen are very slow. It's probably better just to go cav heavy when you're Macedon against the Romans, because it's much easier to use heavy cav to defend your archers than it is to use infantry. Now this person, I won't give you the name of this person because that'd be kind of embarrassing for this person right here, and I don't want all of you guys to rant at this person because you'll see what this person does later, which is probably considered cheating in most games, but LuKaS had a big laugh once that person did it. Let's continue. So immediately the Macedonian player moves up. Same thing with LuKaS, he moves up, but the Macedonian player just sits still with his Cretan archers in the flanks, and not sure, but yeah. So LuKaS sends his Praetorian cav out, 2 on that wing, 2 on that wing, 2 in the middle. He could totally spread out his cavalry like that because there's nothing really stopping him. So the Macedonian player and the archer and the Roman player LuKaS get into an archer engagement like that, and so. Yeah, so LuKaS does a good thing. He sends his Praetorian cav both on 2 wings like that, and takes advantage of the fact that the Macedonian player here basically doesn't defend his archers very well. So on both flanks, the Macedonian player's archers just die. So yeah, looks like over on this flank, you can see here that the Macedonian player, this is hilarious. Look, he gets all of his light lancers killed. Oh man, poor this guy. And then LuKaS sends his Praetorian cav in and runs down all these archers. Oh man, look at this. The Macedonian player is basically screwed. Look at him. He's trying desperately to defend his archers, but to no avail. Yeah. He charges in some of his light lancers, but that's not a very good move because Praetorian cav are much better. The Macedonian player does try and gets his pikemen out, but he doesn't kill a lot of horsemen, so LuKaS got the better of that engagement. So yeah, from all around, LuKaS just charging at the Macedonian player's archers, and to be honest, Macedon basically lost all his archers very quickly. So poor Macedonian player. Macedon does manage to kill this Praetorian cav unit here. So I guess that's a little good thing, but it's not too good if you're the Macedonian player in this case. So yeah. Now let's see at the back here, LuKaS smashes in his cav. Good for LuKaS. He just isolating this phalanx pikeman unit, and look at this guy, this Macedonian player. He's basically screwed at this point. Look at him, just slow responses, very poor responses. Not very good. Yeah, phalanx pikemen get slaughtered, hit both sides, just routes. Poor phalanx pikeman unit. So at this point, LuKaS basically has all his archers left, and basically all full ammunition. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't. And 3 urbans still left, and basically all of LuKas's cav left. So yeah, the Macedonian player is extremely screwed at this point. There's not much for him to do. You see a light lancer unit come back from routing, but these guys, they're not gonna make it. So yeah, the Macedonian player didn't play a very good game, I would say. So Macedon still continues to keep this formation, although that's pretty futile in my opinion, because if a Roman player sees something like this, I mean, obviously the Roman player will not run straight forward at this kind of phalanx, because they'll just show in this kind of phalanx, when these guys drop into phalanx formation, there'll be no gaps in between, so the urbans can't get through. So some archer auxilia on the flank here. Yippee-ki-yay. Just doing a typical surrounding tactic. So LuKaS is doing a good move. Very good move. Just surrounding. Typical. I've seen this many times. And it looks like Macedon tries to charge with the light lancers, but that light lancer unit there just got slaughtered. So light lancer unit says hi, and these guys say hi back. Yeah, these Praetorian cav are not able to chase down that light lancer, and so looks like the Macedonian player does something very interesting. He charges straight at Julius's infantry here. Sorry, LuKas's infantry here. Okay. Though it doesn't really matter either way. These archers will cut down Macedon's infantry, because Macedon's infantry is very susceptible to missiles. Macedon does have 1 archer left, however, but that archer unit is gonna die. So LuKaS does a smart thing. He retreats his urbans. He could fight this fight, but he doesn't really have to. He doesn't really want to, because he wants to use up all his ammunition first before he gets into an infantry contest. So what the Macedonian player does is he ignores those urbans and actually runs straight at this corner. So yeah, you can see why the Macedonian player doesn't want to show his name. It'll be pretty embarrassing. I feel sorry for the Macedonian player at this point, because there's no excuse for him to go to the corner camp, because that's just plain cheating in my opinion. I just want to not show you guys this person's name, because it'll be very embarrassing for this person. I just want to show you the futility of corner camping. So yeah, looks like LuKaS finds out what he's doing and tries to send his urbans to do the same thing. And yeah, so it's basically now a marathon of running. I mean, which person can get there first? Which person can get into the corner first? So that's pretty interesting. So the Macedonian player is sending in all his Macedonian troops and running as fast as he can to the corner, while LuKas's urbans and LuKas's cavalry are trying to do the same thing. Oh, you can see that, the glitched up guy. Huh. Interesting. Glitched up phalanx pikeman. Anyhow, LuKaS does a good move. He charges in his Praetorian cav to hold off some of these Macedonian infantry like so. Macedon turns his infantry around. He does a lot of Macedon does a lot of damage, but that royal pikeman unit will rout. So Yeah, it looks like it's a tie. It looks like LuKaS will actually get the corner, but for some weird reason LuKaS sends his Urbans back in here. I guess, yeah, you can see here. Interesting move. So that Phalanx pikeman unit there just got smushed, and a few more pikeman units get stopped by the cav, but the Macedonian player is able to corner camp, is able to cheat. What a big cheater! Look at him. He's like corner camping like that. Because in a corner camp, obviously the advantage is that your opponent cannot flank you. And that's pretty much considered cheating in basically all games. So yeah. So Macedon's just sticking up all his infantry, like so. What a cheater. Look at him. Look at that cheating face. Oh my gosh. I laugh at that face. No person to steep such a should steep to such a lowness as the corner camp. That's just stupid in my opinion. Look at this. It's like how the heck can you outflank this thing? So all LuKaS can do now is essentially shoot all his archer ammunition into the Macedonian player's infantry. So you see a little close up there. So lots of royal pikemen there. You see a few standard bearers, and you see the general there. But all in all, these guys are not gonna. These guys, yeah. Even if it's from the front, royal pikemen will still die like peasants. Well, not as peasants, but they'll still die pretty much. Let me triple speed this. These royal pikemen will still die very easily because they have very low defense. I think a sacred band corner camping would be better, but against the corner camper like this, what you want to do is basically fire all of your ammunition at the infantry and do as much as you can. I guess also you could see later that LuKaS does some good maneuvering with his urbans and stuff like that. I'm triple speeding this so you could look at all the dead Macedonians here. So Macedon, even if he corner camps, he didn't really corner camp well, because you can see here on the flanks, on the left flank and on the right flank here, that's where the Macedonians are at the weakest, because you can see here that if LuKaS comes from the sides here, which LuKaS does, he could easily just run in his urbans on the flank here, and that'll essentially outflank these royal pikemen, especially on this flank here as well. You could easily outflank here. See, that's what LuKaS does. He positions one of his urbans on the flank here. He doesn't throw his pillar quite yet, so yeah, that's a good move by LuKaS here. LuKaS also sends his urban court here. I'm guessing LuKaS doesn't want to throw his pillar, so because he might accidentally throw all his pillar at that archer unit right there. And it looks like these two archers are trying their best to fire at the urbans with two arrows at a time. Pretty futile. Oh, they actually kill one urban. That's pretty interesting. Oh, that was pretty funny, right there. So these two archers, however, will get their just desserts. Let's put this on normal speed. And those two archers you can see back there, they die outside the red line. Poor them. Must suck to be them. You know, I guess at this point, LuKaS basically uses up all his ammunition. Most of his ammunition. He still has this archer unit firing missiles. Probably triple speed this. Yeah, triple speed. So you can see that LuKaS is basically surrounding the box from all sides. So he can't. I mean, not the box. Putting his urbans all around and his ultra auxilia here all around, getting ready for the final attack, I guess. Probably skip ahead to when that final attack happens. Alright, so now LuKaS throws in his pillar. Fire! Oh, look at that. Just a lot of dead Macedonians there. And you can see the flank is very weak, because the urbans are able to pass through. I think the same thing on this flank. The urbans are going to be able to pass through the sarissas of Macedon. Looks like, curiously enough, the Macedonian player, for some weird reason, puts out his phalanx formation. That's an interesting move. I guess it's firing even more missiles, but looks like this timer is gonna be done soon. Yeah, I know. LuKaS is gonna charge very soon with his urbans. It's because this guy sends 10 royal pikemen back here for some reason. I don't know why. I guess he's trying to reposition, but that's a pretty dumb move considering the fact that LuKaS is right in front of him. Yeah, pretty dumb move. Sorry about that. Let's see. Just standing still, saying hi, waving at each other, looking at the Macedonian dead bodies. Yeah, a lot of dead Macedonians because of those arrows. If you're ever up against corner campo, what you should probably do is just attack on the flanks of the so-called corner, on the sides of the so-called corner like that, and just charge in there and see if the player in the who's corner camping, if he breaks up his corner, be sure to charge your cabin. So yeah, it looks like at this point LuKaS charges in his troops like that. So you can see on the corners, LuKaS is able to get an advantage here. And LuKaS charges in all his cav. He's going to lose a lot of units, but still, he's breaking up that phalanx line. LuKaS sending in his general on the flank here. And it looks like the Macedonian phalanx line is basically broken. And yeah, Alexander would be crying at seeing his Macedonians corner camp, and you can see that his general, LuKas's general right there, Mr. Julius Caesar, and you see a few Macedonians being thrown up in the air, Macedons routing, and then you basically get a mass rout, and everyone fights to death. Yep. He actually deserves. I guess the Macedonian player basically deserves that. I mean, he did corner camp after all. Not a very good move, corner camping. Thankfully, he didn't terminate the game. Although LuKaS told me that the guy here. LuKaS told me that the guy here.
This is a terrible day. Our efforts were useless before the onslaught.
Yeah. LuKaS told me.
It is measureless.
Okay, LuKaS told me that the guy who's playing as Macedon said in game that he should have terminated the game. So that was pretty interesting. But still, LuKaS got a heroic victory. So yeah, that's good for LuKaS. And we all hate that Macedonian player. So yeah. So thankfully, LuKaS is able to win, and good for him. He basically showed that Macedonian player his lesson, right?